You are listening to Common Sense. I am co-host Jeremiah Stevenson, and we have our other co-host, Matt Coven.
That is me.
Are you sure this is you?
I think I have slight difference.
Slight difference?
Slight difference. In terms of TSA security, yes, I only have slight difference. It's speech impediment.
Yes. I come from the wonderful land of Wakanda. And back in Wakanda, we have no TSA because it is utopia. How are you doing today, dear friend?
I'm doing well.
Wonderful.
Comrade, how are you?
I am wonderful. On this episode today, what are we talking about? We have several subjects.
I don't know if I can hold this up.
It's okay. We can stop it now.
Okay. Yeah, it's great. So we're on episode 7.
Episode 7. Woot woot.
I want to make some sort of pun with like the Force Awakens.
Okay.
Like
do it.
The shit awakens. I don't know, something like that. We'll think something.
It'll be chill.
See where the topics go. Well, let's just dive into the
bottom. Yeah, we're gonna dive.
Well, actually. Well, no, I'm going to use that as a segue. I'm going to use that as a segue.
All right.
So we did our 3 Black Lagoon episodes, which the first one I really like because it's kind of the moment where Rock stands up to Revy finally.
Yes, and I was actually going to say, that whole conversation between the two, you can see how comfortable she is because the truth that he's just spitting. He's just spitting some super hot fire. He's like, look, chick, you chill the fuck out. Like, stop treating me like a bitch. Yeah, I may seem like one, but I've learned so much of like who I am, like being around you all. You're the one that fucking invited me. Like you act like you're like the hardest thing in the world, and yeah, like we don't know where either of us have come from, and because of that, you can't talk to me that way because you don't know my backstory. I don't know yours. But can we respect each other on the premise of we're gonna be here together, we're gonna be working together? Like, get your shit together.
Yeah, we need to be civil in front of the kids, kind of deal.
Yeah,
it's like it. But what I liked about it is how calm Rock was the whole time. I like how he's just playing it off, like specifically when they get to like the noodle bar or whatever, and Rock's just like eating, like it's no big deal. And then finally, he just calmly sets his stuff down. He just is very calmly and quietly just telling her off.
Yes.
And she's cracking. You know, she pulls the gun on him and all that.
Which at this point, I don't think you've seen her really crack like that. Like
not like that.
Not like that, because someone's actually calling her out on her bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think that's a wonderful character development, even with her, because she's finally understanding like the potential that Rock has.
Yeah.
And Rock is like, I've been mulling this over in my head that like I'm where I need to be now. So like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's an intense episode, but I like it because after he stands up to her and, you know, the cops show up and they kind of just drive him away, it's like, yeah, come back and get your car in a minute. We got to go do some paperwork.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is kind of routine for the cops. I mean, it's Rwanda per cops. They're not
they're not going to
give
that
much of a shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I like how they have that intimate moment with the lighting of the cigarettes.
Yes.
But she also just says, like, you know, I just need to know what side you're on. I'll stop fucking with you. And
right.
Basically, he's like, I'm on this side.
Yeah,
it's kind of ambiguous. I like that.
I do like that ambiguous because that does play later on to the end of the series.
Yeah,
like that's a huge thing towards the end.
Also, I just one little thing because they're basically the episode of Rock and Revy running errands.
Yes,
and my favorite part one of my favorite parts about it is because it's just so like matter of fact with it. But it's like when they go to talk to Bella and I think she's editing porn.
She is,
and she's just sitting there looking bored out of her mind with a cigarette in her mouth. And Rock is just blushing the whole time because he's like bashful about the whole thing. Revy's just glued to the screen like, oh my god, is she taking up the ass?
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, it's not the only thing. And you're like, what?
And Roberta's just like, I got like 5 more of these to do today. And it's just so funny to me because it's just like, and she says a line where it's like, I should have got one of the interns to do this. It's just like, that's just so funny. It's just like, even like Bella Lyca, who's like the head chief of everything, here she is doing like a PA's job.
She's one of the people. Shit. Like, and that's what I think one of the wonderful things about Hotel Moscow is that it's a family and like everyone has their part to play. And like she will step up to do whatever needs to be done. And generally most people be like, I feel like you would say that if like in another situation, but like even as minuscule as that, like she's stepping up to do what needs to be done to get whatever the business needs.
Yeah,
it's the needs of the business, and like if no one else can do that, unlike in the last episode we saw like dudes walking out of every door with guns who could have like it's Bella, like the head chief, head macho woman. She's like, I'll take care of it.
And they all of her subordinates like respect her.
Yes,
and, like they understand the pecking order.
And that's another thing, like. It's just the amount of respect that her character gets from her men. It's just like, it's dope.
A little bit of spoiler / foreshadowing. I like it because it's like when we later see more details about him, it's just like she was like, you know, they call her El Capitan, or not El Capitan, they call her Capitan though.
Yeah.
And it's like she was like the leader of their squad, and they run it very much like a military squad, and like just they're really tight. They respect each other and they do their thing, and it's really impressive.
Well,
it's just like that's the
looked
looked really cool on Revy. We've got Revy here on the
we've got Revy, Punisher, and Black Widow and Tails. Every episode as we're talking, I'm always like messing around with figures.
I need to start posting those and accompanying with.
Yeah, no. If you like, here, what we'll do is like as we do episodes, I'll just pose them and stuff, take a picture of it, and like we'll add that like this week's picture, like this week's figure picture.
Well, if that's the case, even though I'm pretty happy with my pose already, I will bring Captain Picard as we talked about last episode. So we totally went to the Walgreens. You got Captain Kirk.
I did get Captain Kirk.
I got Captain Picard and McFarlane. If this is what you're gonna do with DC, you got my money.
Yeah, you have to do this. Because even the accessories, they're like, there's a handful of good accessories with each figure. Mm-hmm. They're well articulated, they feel nice, the face molds are phenomenal.
And they did face printing on them.
Oh, they did? Oh my gosh.
It looks so good.
It's so good.
And what's cool is you can see that face printing versus like Punisher's face printing. And then you get to see the old painting with that Black Widow.
And like, even though his isn't bad, like the face printing on Picard is just, it's
That's Patrick Stewart.
I'm sorry, Patrick Stewart. It's beautiful. Speaking of Star Trek, I'm actually wearing a Starfleet Enterprise engineer shirt right now.
My friends, I am joined by a glorious captain. He's sitting here in gold with all of his rankings.
I have been traveling through time and space to get here to this podcast today, and I can tell you, sir, it's quite interesting to live in 2019. I come from the year 2083, and it's a far, far different place.
The cosmos has changed quite since you began your journey, didn't it?
Changed? No, but evolved, yes. It has evolved into something that is so wonderful, but yet scary and unknown.
I don't know how much longer we can cringe the audience for, but I do have to know, I like that when you do your Shatner, he's got a pinch of Chris Pine in there.
Oh, God. I love the new Star Trek movies are fucking awesome. And I love the last one Beyond so much is because it feels like a 1.5 or 2.5 hour episode.
Yeah, it just feels like a long feature-length episode.
Like a long feature-length episode because I used to watch the original series all the time. Mm-hmm. And like whenever Beyond came out and I saw that in theaters, I'm like, fuck, this is literally an episode. It's one episode. The way it's drawn out, the way it's structured, it is an episode of Star Trek, but 2.5 hours. It's so good.
Yeah, what I liked about it is it's like, you get like kind of the mundane ship stuff, and they go on shore leave. Like you see them actually on the Enterprise. It's not like they're in the middle of peril. It's like you just see kind of the day-to-day thing. But you know, it's a movie. They're going to throw you the action fairly quickly. But it's still, I don't know.
It was paced very well.
Yeah, I know people gave that movie a lot of flack, but I thought it was awesome.
I think it's phenomenal. I think it is. I think that stayed true more so than the earlier two movies to the original series in terms of the pacing and the feel of the show.
Yeah, I think the first one did a good job.
I love
the first one feels more like a Star Wars movie, which makes sense because JJ couldn't do the third one because he was doing a Star Wars movie. Yeah. But
and even the second one is very much an action movie.
Yeah, the second one is straight up action.
Yeah, but each one has their place. I like what they did because I think the first one was very much modern Star Trek. Second one is modern action movie with Star Trek, and the third one is let's pay homage to the actual Star Trek series and just give you a full episode.
Since they've got this whole reboot universe going, I've heard Tarantino's supposed to be producing one. I want to see how that goes.
Yeah.
But, what I really want them to do is like, well, the proper thing is like do the Next Generation.
Yeah.
I want to see. I mean, I know everybody.
Did they do any movies for Next Generation? Because for everyone that's listening, I've only seen the original series and all the original series movies. I haven't followed much after that.
Next Generation, it's I think it's Generations might be the first one. That's the one where it's like old crew original series crew meets next gen crew.
Nice.
And that one was really cool. Shatner's in it. You get to see Shatner and Picard together. Nice. That's cool. Then there's First Contact, and it's basically about how it's like there's a time travel thing to it. It feels like an episode, and you hear Data go like, "Oh shit," because the Enterprise is crashing. Then there's Insurrection, which I have not seen. Both that and First Contact were directed by Jonathan Frakes, who played Commander Riker, which makes me really happy because he gets behind the camera. He's directed a bunch of episodes of The Orville.
Really?
Yeah, and he directed that. He's directed episodes of Discovery, and I've heard he supposedly has a on-camera and behind-the-camera role in Star Trek Picard.
Nice. Have you seen any of The Orville?
I've seen like 2 episodes, and I really enjoyed it.
I love The Orville. Like, I've seen the first 2 episodes, and it does very much feel like the original Star Trek. I remember hearing at one point, I think before they did Discovery and before Seth MacFarlane did The Orville, he was trying to do Star Trek. And
no way.
Yeah, he was trying to do it because he's a huge Star Trek fan.
Yeah, oh yeah, well the whole Next Gen cast is essentially in some form or fashion on Family Guy or American Dad.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean, Patrick Stewart plays he's the director of the CIA in American Dad.
What?
Yeah.
Nice. So I really would have loved to see that. I haven't watched Discovery. I've seen a little bit of it.
It's cool. I'm not. It's not really my thing. It's definitely like it feels much more like the movies, and I don't say that necessarily is a bad thing, but it's just like it's definitely like more of like the whole big things happening in a lot of time and barrel and constant action. It's like there's not as much breathing room, or at least where I got to before we canceled our CBS or All Access.
Gotcha.
But what was it? And there's one more. You'll find this cool. There's one more Next Gen movie that they did, and it's the last one. It's called Nemesis. I heard the movie's not that great, Nemesis. But Tom Hardy is the villain.
Yes, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
I just have never seen it.
And I think he's like a younger clone of Picard who is assimilated with the Borg, the big like AI like evil collective or whatever.
Nice.
And yeah, I want to see it just for that, but I guess we did kind of jump a little bit. We gotta go back to Black Lagoon for a second.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
After that kind of we gotta get our shit out of the way episode. We got to the start of one of our favorite arcs.
Oh my gosh, like it's not even an arc. Like it is a 3-episode arc, but then
it's a movie.
It's a wonderful movie.
Yeah.
But it also sets up everything for Roberta's blood trail. We get introduced to Roberta in Black Lagoon.
Roberta being she's the maid for the Lovelace family, who the Lagoon Company is transporting a kidnapped Diego, the young...
Diego Lovelace.
Yes. The little bit of Wakandan accent with that.
Yes. I left my book in the other room, but I remember some of the points. Oh, never mind.
You brought it in here. The captain's song.
I took some notes about this episode of Black Lagoon. The last 2, rather.
Which we're fresh off of doing.
Super fresh off of. Just Garcia, I love him. I was telling Matt earlier, his relationship with Roberta reminds me of Shadow and Maria from Sonic the Hedgehog, because I love that relationship so much. It's very... Shadow and Maria is very innocent. It's very, like, it's friendship, but in a different way. It's almost like he's my pet, but a friend, but not a pet. It's really weird.
It's a very intimate
it's
bond,
extremely
but it's not
intimate.
like I never got like it was like a love
no,
thing.
never,
was just
never ever.
Companionship.
I think that's a really good word for it. And to see Garcia reminisce about Roberta and talk about her, and just the entire episode's build up to introducing her is very well done. The amount of respect that he has for this woman and love, and just like this is my family. He lost his mom 4 years ago at that time of the episode, so like she almost replaces him as a mother figure, but it doesn't.
It's different.
It's different, yeah.
And it's not even like a stepmom dynamic.
No, not at all.
It's like it's just this woman came into play, and that's what I like about their relationship so much. Like you said, they kind of create their own roles for each other.
Yes. Very much so. Like, she is the person that's keeping us safe, but she's someone I can spend time with. And she's someone I feel safe with. Yeah. Like, he knows she will literally protect him, but at the same time, that, like, emotional side of it is also there. Yeah. And I love, in the 3rd episode that we watched today, we actually need to start, like, naming the episodes and everything. Yeah. I just realized that. But you see, once he meets Brock, like...
He's very resistant, especially with Revy, and
especially like no one should take kindly to Revy at first until like you get to know each other, and or you should, so you don't get killed. And the lighting's wonderfully right, but it's whenever he meets Rock, it's very much of like, oh, you're a human, like you're someone that like you actually care, like you're not just one of these people that are trying to kidnap me, make money off of me, and use me and abuse me and all that stuff. And so he takes a liking to Rock like he did with Roberta, but in a different way. And it's like really cool. So to see that aspect, and as she's hunting down, like, the second episode, or third episode that we watched, like, she's there. Like, and he just continues to choose to stay with Rock.
Well, because he's terrified.
He's terrified.
He knows that there's something up with her, but he doesn't want to let go of this like innocent prospect of like who she is and what she means as a figure in his life. And then all of a sudden they walk into the yellow flag and she's raised this umbrella and she just mows this motherfucker down with it. And the whole bar erupts into the chaos. But I can't remember the name of the guy who owns the bar. But I'd hate to have his insurance policy.
Yeah, like, that man has been through so many things. I'm surprised he's not been shot and killed. That's one of the things I actually really do appreciate is Ranapur has their characters. Like, they are the background, but at the same time, they have their own stories. And you get to hear them talk about, like, I have to, like, get all this money so I can get all this. Who am I going to invoice? Like, it continues to build up the city and the island itself.
Well, it's not just a hellhole madhouse.
Right.
You know, there's still some structure to it.
Yes.
Even if it's still a pirate town.
And, like, back to Roberta and Garcia, like, that is the beginning of the change of relationship between each other. And, like, that's a really cool thing to think. Because I'm actually in the process of, like, looking at change with some, like, really good friends of mine. And it's a really weird thing where it's like, this is a change of relationship. Like, what's going on? How do we move from here? I view you differently. You view me differently. And Garcia is just like, what the fuck? This woman's a killer. And it's all in protection of him. But at the same time, it's still like...
It's this side of her he never knew she had.
Seen.
And
yeah,
it's just,
and she's just wiping motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I mean, I think even Rock and Dutch say it very appropriately that, you know, she's essentially the Terminator.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even, like, when she first shows up to Roanapur after she gets off the boat, and she just, like, slowly, with the sunglasses on, just looks both ways, and then just starts walking. That's straight out of the first Terminator movie.
What we should do is, I'll do this. I'll edit, like, the Terminator music, and, like, just for, like, some of those shots, just do-do-do-do-do, and we can post it to Instagram. That'd be lit.
Yeah.
That'd be lit. I'll do that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, like, it's just Roberta is one of my favorite characters in all of cartoons and animes and in media, really. One of the other things we're talking about is just, like, we want to see her in John Wick.
I was just about to say,
Roberta in John Wick.
It's kind of insane. Like, her and you said earlier, Bella Lycka is like straight out
super straight out John Wick.
Yeah,
super straight John Wick. So maybe Black Lagoon prepared us for this wonderful time in film where we have the John Wick series.
There's a little Shatner.
Also, we talked about John Wick 3.
Yeah.
Spoilers. In the third one, there's, like, this amazing, like, just shotgunning the fuck out of people. Like, I would love to see her with her freaking umbrella just shotgunning motherfuckers.
Like, she teams up with John Wick.
Yeah.
Like, they're going against Hotel Moscow or something.
That would be wild. That would, oh my gosh.
Fan fiction.
Fan-fiction.
But this is the cool-ass fan fiction.
Yeah,
this isn't fucking, you know, fucking Rainbow Dash and fucking Cadence
just
together.
Like,
yes, I just picked up the...
It's great.
It's funny because this actually brings up an interesting little bit of trivia.
Yeah.
So...
That's one of the things we were supposed to talk about, trivia for voice actors.
So, I am a bit of a brony in the sense that, like, back when I was in college, back, like, you know, 2012, 2013, like, when that show was really kind of amping up with, like, that whole, like, community and everything, I got into it because, frankly, at the time, because our schedules were so intense and, like, everything else that was going on, because I was going through a lot of shit at the time,
I
was very depressed, and the show was basically pure concentrated happiness.
Yeah.
And positivity, and I really enjoyed it. And it's like, you know, I think the show's ending this year. I haven't kept
is it still going on? What?
Yeah, it's been going on for nearly 10 years, which is awesome because it's a great show.
Yeah.
I haven't honestly kept up with it in a couple of years, but I really like it, and I definitely it's something I'm going to show my kids.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, so the woman who plays... Actually, there's 3 layers to this whole thing. I just remembered one. The woman who plays Garcia plays Spike the Dragon, the little purple dragon that's with Twilight Sparkle and My Little Pony.
Okay.
Oh, it gets better.
All right.
Roberta is played by the woman who plays Rarity, one of the main 6, the white pony with the purple mane in My Little Pony.
What?
Yes. Oh, and wait for it. Revy is Gilda, the Griffin.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So 3 different My Little Pony people are crossed over with Black Lagoon, and it's kind of crazy. Like, the moment I heard Garcia, because I've been watching My Little Pony beforehand, when the moment Garcia shows up and starts talking, like, that's Spike. That's Spike.
crazy.
Oh my god. And it's really funny because, you hear people swearing and saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, Gilda doesn't sound exactly like Revy. She's not as intense as Revy, but it's the same voice
You can see
actors.
it. So...
Roberta's very clearly Rarity. Rarity does like a different... Like, the woman does a different voice for Rarity.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't remember anybody's name. She does like more of a posh, like British voice for Rarity, but you could still... You can hear
like, bits and
people's
pieces
voice.
of it,
Yeah, especially as voice actors.
What was my question? Before we continue, because I have some stuff I want to ask you.
Yes.
What were your thoughts on the last two episodes? Do you have anything to add, or you want to keep moving?
I'm just loving. Well, I love the Terminator feel. One of my favorite things I was telling Jeremiah as we were watching is like, this is like a lot of anime is very cinematic most of the time, but this series it's quote unquote shot like a movie.
Yeah.
Like all the shots are composed very similarly, like what you would see in film. Like it looks like a Tarantino movie. It looks like Robert Richardson basically came in and was just like, okay, this is how you do the anime if you're going to do it as a movie. And it's what makes me want to do it as a movie so badly.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do something like that. I don't know, but it's I love how cinematic it is. We haven't talked about Roberta's music, the theme.
Oh yeah,
the guitar.
Yes.
Ooh,
it's so calming and peaceful, and
but there's something.
Behind it. Like even down to like the whole introduction of her in that first episode is everyone telling you how much of a badass she is.
But you don't see it. But you know shit's happening.
But you know it's happening. And then you finally get to see it, but even in between the moments of her killing people, her music just like flows back in really soft. And she's like, ding, bling, ding, 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 bling, boom, boom, bling, ding, 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 ding. And she's like, I'm gonna kill you, you stupid hoe. Why you trying to kill me? Plop, plop, plop. And it's just nice. It's really cool.
we need to, after we watch the series, we need to go back and we need to do like maybe like minute, 2 minute summaries of the episodes where you're freestyling.
Okay, yeah.
You sum up the episodes and I'll cut in the visuals.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be fun. I'd love that. That'd be super fun.
Don't do it, people. Don't do it.
We got you. We'll fight you. We'll fight you. Intellectual property.
Lake House Creative LLC is the producer of this podcast.
Boop, 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 boop.
Legalities.
Hey.
And whatnot. But yeah, no, I just love this series, and like, like we talked about with the Nazi sub stuff last week, they got me with the Indiana Jones angle, but then they come in with this Kill Bill shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I think I first found the series, I started watching it very shortly after I finished Cowboy Bebop. And, what a thing to like just pick up with, because, Cowboy Bebop ends the way it does.
Yes.
And, I'm just like, okay, well, my friend Cliff said I need to watch this. And, it's got this, like, a Lara Croft looking woman in it. Okay, I'll check it out. And then it's just like, okay, this is awesome. This is awesome. This feels like a Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the Nazi sub, Indiana Jones thing, but then it gets to this, and I'm just like, okay, I'm watching the fuck out of the rest of this.
Yeah,
like,
it's the look and the feel of the show is so... It's so pretty.
Yeah, I think Madhouse is the animation studio behind it. I think they did the first season of One Punch Man.
Really nice.
And I don't quote me on this. They might have done Attack on Titan.
Oh, really?
But like they're very stylistic, but it's very cinematic in the visuals. Like these don't like you see some anime where it's like they clearly are doing it with a cheaper studio, and it's like the animation quality's not quite there. It still has the anime feel, but it's very cheap looking.
Right.
This looks like a blockbuster.
A blockbuster. It does. It really does. Like it just. Imagining this on screen with real people and like getting a cinematographer to actually get like
you just show them a show. They're your storyboard.
It's like the most beautiful shots in the world.
Like there's there's one shot I commented on when we were watching it where it's just like it's when Rock is basically trying to get Dutch and the crew to basically like, okay, maybe we shouldn't give him over to the Colombians. Maybe there's something here, and they're having the discussion. There's this I think it's a 3-shot. Like you kind of get like. It's like you see like over Rock's shoulder, or you see like Rock. Okay, I'm trying to think of how to describe this audibly. Basically, it's like Dutch is in kind of the background area. He's sitting at the steering wheel of the lagoon, and then Revy's to the right, and then Rock is to the left. But Revy to the right, like the way that the lighting is coming through the windows. I mean, it looks like what you'd see in sunset, in
and
actuality.
Like the attention to that detail is like it's what makes it.
Oh yeah,
like, the attention to the lighting.
Yeah, it's even like the opening one of the few opening episodes where it's like they have that like beautiful shot of all the sea life underneath, and you can see like they have that lighting effect on it, like it's water.
Yes.
Yeah, they like clear. It's like they have a cinematographer at least consulting on this show. I would have to bet. But it's like especially like with that lighting with this particular shot I've been talking about. like the way that they do it with Revy, it's just like, because Revy's got this really interesting thing where it's like, you know, you get to see this beautiful woman, but then you get to see she's just like overwhelmingly dangerous and psychotic, and it's just like it's weird how they juxtapose that. But it's really well done, and this is a moment where it's like they're having a serious conversation. Revy hates this fucking kid, but she just looks fucking divine in this light, and Dutch is just sitting there just like it looks like a painting.
Yeah, it does. It really does. A lot of these shots you can paint. There's one shot, I think, in the first episode we watched today that you're like, I could screen grab that, like, because it looks so good.
Yeah.
Like, it looks phenomenal. Yeah.
But, I mean...
I can't wait for the next episode, because I think after that is the next arc of Black Lagoon that I absolutely adore.
And you've been chomping at the bit for.
I have.
Oh my god.
That's like
good.
one of the...
Good.
Like, that whole 3-story arc and Roberta's Blood Trail are like why I wanted to do this.
I have a question for you, but I kind of almost want to wait until Roberta's Blood Trail, because it's more. I feel like it carries forth, and I want to see, having watched all that and it being fresh on your mind, what that's like.
Gotcha.
I have a segue because you mentioned Shadow and Maria.
Yes.
So, what's it? I think Jack Pacific has been putting out these Sonic toys. They just started stocking them. I got Tails like 2 weeks ago. I cannot find Sonic, even though apparently there's 2 Sonics to a case.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. But long story
the
short,
Sonic fans are still alive.
Unfortunately, some of them are. But I'm one of them. But there's the ones.
You know the ones I know which ones you're talking about.
But of course, Jeremiah has a very passionate love for Shadow.
I'm about to tell you why.
Because of course you like the Edgelord Hedgehog.
I do love the Edgelord Hedgehog.
But before, I was at Target earlier this week, and I always check the toy section because I'm a collector. And Jeremiah, here you go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. God. So, I had it.
You better unbox that.
I was going to unbox it right now.
Hell yeah.
Let me start talking before I unbox it so like you can hear me and it's not just like...
He's fair. He knows what it's like to be a podcast
listener.
Because he does a podcast.
Hey, Perspectives with Jeremiah Stevenson. You can find it on Apple Music, Google Play, and Spotify. Check it out.
I'm totally going to put some Star Trek sound in.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm totally down with that. Get like the beep, beep, beep. Yes. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, all right. Wow. I'm gonna put like a thing in my room so whenever I come home now, it'll always be like playing. Anyways,
this man's very creative.
God, yeah. So Shadow, I just love because you get his introduction in Sonic Adventure Battle 2, at least in the games, and you don't know a lot about this character, but you also get this feeling of whenever you get that story introduced with him and Maria, you see the human side of him. And then
he's got an anger.
He's got an anger to all
his fury.
Yes, like it's justified, and you get why he's doing what he's doing. You feel for the character, and then you go over into Shadow the Hedgehog, and a lot of people don't like that game. The story is very much convoluted and crazy, but like when you go,
is it like an anime?
A terrible anime. I would say it's like a terrible anime. Like I don't remember the game much, but it's a fun game when you're not. It's such a departure from the Sonic franchise.
It's just a fun game.
But it's fun. Yeah. Like, even though it's like, after running around for like 18, 20 games, then to be able to...
rings.
Yeah, and collecting rings, you get to like run and shoot. Like, that's what it is, really. But it's fun and it's nice. And like, the character development, there's so much pain in that story that you get to see and understand where he was coming from, like from the very beginning. And it really fleshes out his character and it fleshes out Maria. My favorite music from that game is Lost Impact, because that's the level where you're taking Maria and you're trying to get her out of the Colony Arc before it blows up or whatever.
So it's a prequel.
It's partially. They do flashback levels.
It's back and forth. Gotcha.
Yeah, back and forth. I think with like that might be the only level where it is, and you might have gone to another timeline. And you still have her. I don't remember. It's crazy. It's convoluted as fuck. But what isn't?
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed. Fuck yeah. But that's one of my favorite soundtrack. Like that's one of my favorite tracks from the movie or from the game, and like. As edgy as it is, and it was before I was like a teenager, I was like kind of like in my depression and like, yeah, fuck the world.
It's the preteen.
Yeah, it's the preteen like angst, and like it was still very relatable, which is weird because I didn't lose anybody at the time, but it was still like I felt for the kid. Like, I felt for the hedgehog.
Well, you connected with the character, even if he's a cartoon hedgehog.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's what we were talking. I think we said something like that earlier today. Is like, there's a character in Black Lagoon that I was like,
no, Garcia and Roberto.
I think it was Garcia and Roberto, but it wasn't Revy. I was talking about how it was one character that I was like, that's one of my favorite characters in all of. No, I guess it was just that. I literally just said that. Yeah. I guess it was Roberto. Jeez. I'm tired. I'm drinking a NOS right now.
This is a very late night recording for us.
Yeah.
Because we had a storm earlier and whatnot. But because it's like 9:30 now. So
yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's wow.
Later.
My day's been long, y'all. That's Shadow being a bot. Wait. Do you have Marvel Legends? They're plastic. Like, if you sniff. Okay, this sounds like we're getting drugs here, kids. No, like, as a collector, many collectors may tell you this. Me and my friends used to do this all the time. Whenever we get Marvel Legends and you'd first open them out of the box, we'd sniff the box, and just that plastic smell, y'all.
It's like the factory chemicals.
Yes, you're like, well, plastic is some dope shit, y'all.
No, I'm like that with like my Black Series Star Wars figures.
Yeah,
it's like you can tell, especially if they're freshly released, like it's the new wave. Mm-hmm. You know it because you open it. It's just like, it's
it's nice.
I'd be curious. I don't want to open it, but I've got that Leia over there. I wonder if it would still retain that.
I would think so. Like, because most of the figures that we bought were like stuff that had been out for a while, but that plastic smell is just like.
Hold on.
I'm literally sniffing this box. I'm a weird child.
We all are. I will quickly. And I do want to talk about Sonic. But I do want to play.
No, I'm not in a rush.
Little thing, mine pick up this week. So. I actually found this the same day that I found Jeremiah's Shadow, and because if any of you know me personally, you know that I love Star Wars and I love dinosaurs. I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was a kid, but then when I realized that required a lot of science, didn't pay a whole lot, and science requires math, I was like, fuck that, I will go make that shit up.
Yep.
So, Mattel, who has been absolutely crushing it with the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park license for the past 2 years now, yeah, so they finally put out the long-awaited Indominus Rex figure, and I have the one from the first movie that Hasbro did. Fuck that one. Yeah. I love it because it's cool and it's a big dinosaur. Because I had the big T-Rex that Kenner did for the original Jurassic Park.
Oh, nice.
And I'll actually get that and show you before you leave. But long story short, it's okay, but that other one doesn't stand. It's just not a well-made figure.
Yeah.
What I got here is perfect.
Hit me with it. Oh shit! Lights up too.
And hold on, I will use Leia as the victim here. Wait for it. Oh shit! As I did it.
Oh snap! I saw that. I was like, "That's a pretty deep throat." I was like, "Oh," and that's awesome. That's freaking wild.
Yeah. And now I have to make it be bulimic. So basically, not making fun of that shit, but you know. Anyway, but yeah, it's just really cool because I mean, it's sculpted really well. What I really like about these is they don't have like screw holes on them. Oh. They have like he has one like right here where he changes batteries out, but it's like the whole thing is very solid.
Yeah.
The T-Rex is the same way, and like all the Mattel stuff is like that. Where the Hasbro stuff, particularly with the first Jurassic World, they clearly just did it really quickly and threw it together because it looks like they have bullet holes in the side of them.
You're like, what the fuck?
But yeah, so I'm very happy that I found this because I heard at Comic-Con they were going to be releasing it soon. I'm like, okay, that shit's going to be worth a fuck.
I can't wait for King Kong and Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh,
because I love the Kong figures that came out last year or whenever the movie came out.
Yeah,
they look really well done.
Ones?
The Walmart ones, and like even to like the little people. That's what I was thinking. It was like just throw some like little small Samuel Jacksons in there. Like that would be wild. Did he die in Kong?
Yeah, Kong killed him.
Kong killed him. He smashed him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was like, I know he died. I'm pretty sure he died.
Because he was just like hell bent on killing Kong.
Dick. But he's great.
But Sam
he's
Jackson.
a great dick. It's Sam Jackson as a dick. It's great. I'm so down with that.
Oh yeah, and it crashed. But what was it? There's another Jurassic World toy coming out that I'm really excited about, and my girlfriend's not going to be happy because it's huge.
Yeah.
They're making so real quick. The whole thing is all these are in scale. Like actually, as you can see right here, the T-Rex it's bigger than the T-Rex, which is how it was in the movie. It's in scale with the small figures and vehicles and all that shit. But they're making the Brachiosaur.
Really?
And it's gonna be like that tall. Like,
oh my god!
It's
really?
Yeah, it's huge.
What?
But guess what? It's like $50.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's crazy.
And yeah, I really have no room for it, but I want the goddamn Brachiosaur.
There's like a full floor right here.
Tell that to her. Yeah, but no, I'm getting it, especially considering the price point. Now with the Indominus Rex, it retails for $40.
Mm-hmm.
The Target had a sale over the weekend on all their Jurassic World stuff,
nice.
so I got $10 off. Which
nice.
But yeah, so that was my pickup. But back to Sonic.
Before you finish,
yes.
pickups. I got
yes.
I got Scorpion. Marvel Legends Wave,
Where'd
Scorpion.
You end up finding that?
I found him at a GameStop. I had to look it up online and see
okay.
what's the closest GameStop. It was 22 miles from my house. Got it across the street from the Mall of Georgia.
Which you're at the Mall of Georgia.
Yes, and so me and Leah we were able to go through and walk around, so it was
cool.
really nice. And then I went to go take some stuff back for work to Best Buy, and I found Spider-Man Doppelganger, not Peter Parker with the 8 arms, the 2 extra arms, but it's the Doppelganger, where it's oh, I'm Spider-Man, but I look like a fucking freak, and I'm gonna kill you. So I picked that up because
and he sounds like a pimp named Slickback.
My name is a pimp named Slickback. I was literally watching all of his stuff recently. I love
you gotta tell that bitch who's boss.
Take it and may the Lord strengthen my pimp hand. I used to watch a lot of Cat Williams stand up.
So that was Cat Williams.
It is Cat Williams.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure. I'm very sure it's Cat Williams.
It's either Cat Williams or someone doing a damn good impression.
Wonderful, yeah.
But yeah, oh god.
So that was my 2 pickups. I am going to post some pictures of my current setup because I haven't sent you pictures with the Doppelganger Spider-Man. I have to rearrange them.
You showed me when you had it at your desk at work.
Yeah, and one of the things I really want Marvel Legends to do is release a Battle Damage Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that would
like
be
in the video
great.
game.
Yeah, like in the video game.
Yeah.
But Battle Damage Spider-Man, you don't even have to give me the face because we can take the Spider-Man head from the 2-pack and the Peter Parker face, that's Battle Damage, but give me a Battle Damage Peter Parker and mask.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. I'd super love that.
That was something they did for the first Tobey Maguire movie.
Yes.
Is they had...
I remember that.
You
I remember that, yeah.
Because I had the regular one, my buddy had the Battle Damage one, and I thought it was so damn cool that my mom ended up getting me one.
Nice.
It was just, I think it came with, because it came with this weird thing where it came with a dumpster that had this arm on it, and you basically you click it into place. There was a spring in it. Mm-hmm. You put Spider-Man in it, and you hit the button, and it would the arm would come up, and there's a little piece attached to the arm that Spider-Man attached to, and it spun him around.
Nice.
So it's when Green Goblin and him are throwing down in the fucking abandoned building. It's that.
I miss the toys that used to do that.
Yeah.
I miss the toys that they had more functions. I guess they still happen, but they're not quality.
Everybody's got some shit that shoots now. All the Star Wars stuff, all my stuff up there, they either have some bullshit you can put on them or they shoot something, and I'm just kind of unless it makes sense
to the character.
Yeah. There's one they did for Captain America: The First Avenger, where I got how there's the Hydra soldiers who have the 2 fucking flamethrowers. They had that, but what was cool was they had it where they shot flames, but they also had just regular ones if you just wanted to display it with the regular
nice
flamethrowers. So it's see, there you go. That person, they understood.
They understood what's going down. I got you, fam. Back to Sonic.
Back to Sonic. So
we are jumping around like a crackhead.
Well,
but hey, it's a conversation.
Late night.
Hey.
At night.
At night.
That's probably what I'm gonna call this, podcasting
at night,
something with that.
Yeah.
But I gotta. Can I mess with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, the first Sonic game you ever played was on the Sega Genesis, right?
Yeah, Sonic 2.
Nice.
And then Sonic 2 went back to Sonic 1. Never beat that because fuck that game. I hate Sonic 1.
It's so hard.
Is so fucking
it's
hard.
So I honestly okay. I'm gonna I'm about to piss off a lot of people, and there's some people who might cheer. I am not good at the original side-scrolling Sonic games.
Mm-hmm. Even Sonic 2? Really?
I'm really Sonic Adventure 1, 2, and what was it? Sonic Heroes. But
Sonic Heroes is such a good game.
I don't like it as much.
Really?
Well, because they did keep the continuity going.
Yeah.
And that bothered me.
Story-wise, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But actually, as a gameplay, it's
I like
great.
the team-up thing, the dynamic
thing.
Yeah,
there's actually really cool. Every year they do Sonic Retros, the website, but they do a Sonic fan game thing. They took Sonic 2 and they made Sonic Heroes for Sonic 2. So you can play as Team Sonic and I think Team Chaotix. And you can run around through the entire level as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles together. And you can even do in Sonic 3 when you can jump up and fly as Tails. Sonic will jump up and hold his feet, and then Knuckles will jump up and hold his feet. It's phenomenal.
That's so awesome.
It's phenomenal.
That was one problem I had with Sonic Adventure 1 is the fact that it's like I don't think you like.
You can't. No, you
Tails
can't.
like Tails is you can play as Tails like regularly, but then it's like he's in his plane, and then in the second one he's basically in that mech suit the whole time,
yes.
which is cool.
Which is cool, but that's one of the things I didn't like was like
that's cool for like 1 or 2 levels.
Yes, but
then,
not the entire.
I've got Tails right here. I want to do shit.
Yeah.
But for me, I think the first one I really sat down and played was Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay.
And I had it on the GameCube. There was my this guy I was buddies with at summer camp here in Roswell, or not here, but in Roswell, Georgia, named Campbell Smith. Campbell, if you're out there and you're listening to this, fucking message me because you created a monster. So Campbell, I was really big into I think Pokemon at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was big into Sonic, particularly the comics. So we're at summer camp, and he's got this shoebox full of Sonic comics, and I'm kind of just like, oh no, Pokemon's the best thing ever. Yeah. But then, like, he hands me one of the comic books, and I start flipping through it, and I see all this amazing artwork. And I was like, I had like an odd, like, Spider-Man comic or something here and there.
Yeah.
But I'd never had anything like that, and it was just like, whoa.
This is cool.
This kind of got, like, a Japanese feel to it, but it's still, like, American looking.
Yeah.
Or Western, and so once camp ended, I basically went back home, and my mom and I were at an Ingles grocery store in Cumming, Georgia, and I went to the magazine section because I was just bored while she was getting the groceries, and I found issue 124 of Sonic the Hedgehog. That was my first conscious comic book purchase ever.
Nice.
I still have my original one. The cover's gone, long gone, and it's just kind of to shreds. I found a new one recently when I was in Boston. I'm just keeping that one sealed up. But Shadows in it. What's really fucking cool about it is it almost seems like it's the tail. It's like what happens immediately after Sonic Adventure 2 ends.
Okay.
Like Shadows. The self-sacrifice thing, he's plummeting back towards Earth, and this alien ship shows up, and
oh shit, is it the Black Hand?
I can't, or they're the green people.
The green people.
It's probably different because it was the comic.
Yeah.
But basically it's like, so I read the comic, I was able to follow the story enough. Yeah. I was like, this is cool. I played the game, and then I was like, oh, I now know what the fuck's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I was like, well, I gotta go get the next issue. And my friend Aaron Shepard, he had the next issue, and he let me borrow it. I read it. I was like, oh my god, Mom, I have to go get myself a copy. So I got a copy, and then it was the most it's like I came in at the right time because it's this most badass like story arc ever, where it's like it's some saving the world fucking kid comic bullshit, but I don't care. It was basically Knuckles comes down. He's basically figured out that there are these aliens coming towards Earth called the Zorda. And they're these tentacle brain looking things. It looks like something from Futurama meets something like evil. And basically, it's this world-ending thing. They shoot this thing. There's no physical, there's no way in physics that this makes any goddamn sense. But neither does a blue fucking hedgehog.
Yeah.
But so they shoot this thing down into the Arctic, I believe, and it's basically this giant. It looks like a sundial. Mm-hmm. I think they call it the quantum dial. Oh my god, I can't remember. I can't believe I remember this. But basically, the quantum dial starts to slowly turn. As it does, it basically creates a black hole. Mm-hmm. It's just fucking comic book bullshit. But it's like, so it's basically this. Everybody has to part their differences and unite and come together. Even Robotnik. I call him Robotnik. Fuck Eggman. It's Robotnik.
I don't care because I think they actually differentiate at some point, when he's Eggman and when he's Robotnik.
Well, what I've heard is it's his actual name is Ivan Robotnik, which is what it was in the comic books, but it's he goes, Eggman is his villain name or whatever the fuck, so it's alter ego bullshit. But anyway, even he calls up Sonic and all of them and the Freedom Fighters.
Hey.
And he's just basically they destroyed my city. We need to stop this. What do you need?
I kind of want to go back and watch Sonic X a little bit. Partially.
Bro. Watch Sonic X, that's your thing. But I want to sit down. This is something we have to at least watch 2 episodes next time you come. Is Sonic Saturday Morning. That's the one where Jaleel White, Steve Urkel voices Sonic.
Oh yeah.
Sally.
Have you seen that movie? The Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That one was really...
That last song, ice and water, mix it up. I remember that song so much. I've gone back and listened to it. Yeah, it's super 90s. I went back and listened to it several weeks ago. I was like, oh my god, this is my childhood. It was so good. Yeah.
Well, what's cool is the comics, they later really start... They were pulling mainly from the Saturday morning cartoon for a while. Mm-hmm. And then they started really kind of merging that with the video games. It's really cool because they mix the continuity. Like Amy's in there, Shadow's in there, Rouge, the Chaotix, all of them. They flush them out, which I think is really cool. Yeah. And it's like this whole like Terminator, like end of the world thing. Like basically it's like Robotnik's taking over everything. He's roboticizing people. Like he's basically taking like some of the animals, people, and like basically putting them in this machine and they turn to robots and they're his slaves. It's fucked.
What?
It's like Terminator meets like some fucked up Star Wars bullshit.
Damn.
But anyway, so the way this story arc I read keeps going is that basically, so they have to all come together, and Robotnik builds this giant fucking Gundam bullshit.
Okay.
And he's just like, okay, that's how we're gonna do it. So and totally, this is foreshadowing Pacific Rim because it's like two pilots, drift compatibility.
Oh yeah.
So basically, it's Sonic and Sally, which makes me happy because Badass Woman's in there too. Mm-hmm. But they get down there, the whole fucking like world has united to basically like fight the defense perimeter so they can get in with this machine and destroy the thing. So it's like fucking Lord of the Rings where it's like they have to create the diversion and bullshit.
Yeah.
And so Sonic and them get in there, the fucking machine falls apart, and of course Robotnik tries to betray them and it blows up in his face, quite literally. And so it becomes very apparent that the only way that they can reverse the thing is if Sonic basically... This is some Superman the movie.
I was actually going to say, is this like some Superman shit? This is
Christopher Reeve Superman. So basically, he has to run around the thing in reverse and basically close it up. And in doing so, basically, the whole thing will blow up and he can't get away in time because it's so the reaction so quickly. So him and Sally have this really emotional, like, goodbye. They say their love yous. And then, like, basically, Sonic fucking dies.
Okay.
And this is, like, the second comic book I've ever read.
Jesus.
And so Sonic dies. The whole world is mourning. Of course, Robotnik's like, his dick's harder than it's ever been. He's like, I don't have to deal with that blue hedgehog anymore. But it's like, they have like, I'll get the goddamn comic book before you leave, but it's like, there's a shot of all of them. Like, obviously, it's an empty casket because he's gone, but it's like, they're having a funeral.
Yeah.
This is a kid's comic.
Yeah.
It's fucking badass.
The early 2000s had some deep, crazy shit. Like,
they went for it.
I mean, we watched the fucking World Towers fall. Why not fuck some kids up some more? You know what I'm saying? Like, bring that reality to life.
That was something, I think it was either Joe Rogan or another podcast I was listening to recently, which is basically just talking about kids. Nowadays, it's just like, well, yeah, we'll never be the same because when we were kids, like, I was in third grade when it happened.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I remember, like, all of a sudden, everything got really eerily quiet. All the teachers looked very concerned, and then my teacher they decided that they needed to turn on the TV and we need to see this.
Yeah.
And they turned it on. I just remember seeing the World Trade Center, like...
Just fucking falling,
I didn't see it fall. Oh, you didn't? It was you saw it smoking. We saw the second plane hit.
Oh, you watched, yeah.
And then we had PE, and right before we went to PE is when the towers fell.
Jesus.
And my gym teacher was just, like, totally fucked during the whole thing.
I kind of want to go back and watch, like, a lot of that stuff about it. Just, this is fucked up, but to kind of... This is super fucked up.
Oh, God.
To, like, kind of get back into that feeling of, like, shit, like... This is, like, the intensity of what, like, shaped the rest of our society, like, in the days that we live in now. Like, I kind of want to go back to that.
That's not where I thought you were going to go. And so glad. I thought you were going to go for the conspiracy shit.
Oh, no. I just want to, like... It sounds really bad. I was like, I want to live in that for a second.
No, I completely understand. Like, it's something where it's like... We were so young at the time because I was in third grade, so you were like...
I was like 6. I know I was 6.
Oh, wow. I was 8.
Okay, yeah, I was 6.
So I always... It's like, oh, yeah, I bet you were a young whippersnapper back then. But no, it's... But yeah, no, it's... I get it because it's like we were so young, it's like I don't feel like we could really process it where it's like I kind of like... It sounds fucked up, but it's like I kind of almost wish like there was like a simulation where we could be there as adults and fully take into gravity. Because it's not like I want to sit there and be like, plane's exploding or fuck that. It's like, I just want to know what it was like to be an adult at that time.
Because I think that's also what, like, because I used, like, 2 or 3 years ago, I was really into, like, meme culture. Mm-hmm. And I still am, not as much as I used to. I can't say that. I'm not into meme culture anymore, but, like, I love, like, the offensive and, like, the crazy intense memes. And I think that we have those memes, and they're so spicy. But those were created because there was no sanctity. Because at such a young age, we lost our, like, innocence in a way.
Our country was
suddenly now vulnerable. It was suddenly vulnerable. And, like, we lost our innocence at such a young age. So, like, now when you have kids that are a little bit older, or, like, kids that were then are now, like, young adults, like, we don't really hold sanctity to much. I feel like, because we're just kind of like, well, we're all going to fucking get blown up in a building and die. Like...
I wouldn't call this...
I'm sorry, that's fucked up.
No. I wouldn't call this a rebuttal, but it's just like... I genuinely think that's a huge reason why nerd culture has kind of picked up, is because people are really, like, gripping onto their escapes.
Yeah. And I also think it's nostalgia, too. Everything before that.
Gripping onto our childhoods, too, because it's just like, that's a time where, we understand how fucked up the world is, but it's like, we can still be kids and enjoy life and enjoy the world and not see it as this fucked up place.
Also, like, I think that's also, like, conventions and stuff, because that, like, innocence was taken away at such a young age, and we were able to enjoy and appreciate life around that time still, as much as our parents could have let us do that.
Yeah.
We still feel like something was kind of lost. So, like, we want to be around that again and, like, have that in our own way, have it on our terms.
Yeah.
Not in the terms of, like, this crazy shit, we're going to war and everything.
America.
And I still got my toys. It's like, we kind of are still having, like, our conflicts and stuff, but, like, it's not at the forefront of our minds. So let me, like, kind of enjoy this, like...
We found a way to kind of preserve...
Yeah.
An aspect of it.
And I think that's a good thing too, because we get to preserve our childhoods.
Absolutely.
Like, we get to,
and we're the first generation to really get to do that. You know, like the 70s generation kind of has gotten to with Star Wars and everything too, but it's just like we are the ones that really fully grow up in a time where you can embrace it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our kids are just like, they
can probably
wear a Star Trek shirt to school and they won't get beat up.
Yeah, our kids will be like, fucking nerd. I'm like, bitch, you don't know what I've been through. I watched Towers Fall, fucker.
War never changes.
War never changes. Yeah.
And that's the way we're ping-ponging around tonight. But from toys and Black Lagoon to Sonic and 9/11.
And 9/11. That should literally be the description of the episode. From Black Lagoon to toys, Sonic the Hedgehog, and 9/11. Join Matthew Colvin and Jeremiah Stevenson talk about the things that really matter.
Jesus. So basically, any momentum we gain by getting Lane on here is just going to be gone.
Yeah,
we just
they're like, Lane was such a great person. Blue was really great too, but Lane was really great.
Are these guys?
These guys are just like, keep guests on the show because y'all are stupid. No, we just think, bitch.
It's like, it's getting into the late night territory. We got to get a little kind of heady.
If it happens a little bit longer, I'll probably start giggling like a little crazy child. Like, when I was a kid, like, not even a kid, when I was a teenager, if I'd stay up around like 2, I'd get this like wild ass laugh. Because I have multiple laughs, y'all. It's crazy. But I'd be like, it's weird. It's creepy. Don't be around me when I do it.
Have I ever done my Joker laugh for you?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I'll leave it in, but let's see. Hopefully she's not asleep.
That's actually really good. I used to try and do a really good, I'm not going to do it because I have to be loud for it, Mark Hamill Joker laugh.
That's kind of what...
that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
You're going for it. I like it. I hear it. I definitely hear it.
Because I tried to do that. I can kind of do Heath Ledger's, but it's like, I can't just do that.
I don't even remember his laugh.
It's very similar to Mark Hamill's. Like it doesn't have that build, but it just kind of goes into the immediate psychotic unhingedness.
Yeah.
But
have you seen Mark Hamill read Heath Ledger's lines?
Why so serious?
Yes. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
And what I like is like right beforehand, like everybody's like boo because the guy wanted him to say why so serious. And they're just like boo. He's like hold on. He's like when I saw The Dark Knight, it's like that was the most original take on the Joker I've ever seen. It was amazing. I can't believe they did that. And then they're just like, what can you say? Why so serious? Why so serious?
No. I'm going to go, like, on my way home tonight, I'm going to, like, just listen to Mark Hamill be Joker. Like, oh my gosh, that man's wonderful.
Actually, Troy Baker says the line, but he's clearly doing, like, a Mark Hamill thing in one of the animated movies. He's just like, women, can't live with them, can't throw them out of a moving car.
That's funny.
And that's just such a fucking Joker line. So...
Joker, why are you running around here all these fucking nights being crazy? Like, I used to have a really good... I can still do it. Actually, you keep talking. I'm going to find some lines from the show.
Okay.
And I'm going to do some freaking Kevin Conroy Batman lines.
You got it. He showed me a short film he was in recently, and that he definitely was channeling the Conroy. Did you hear he's actually going to... On camera play Bruce Wayne.
Is he really?
Yes, it's like for I think it's the CW like Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Really?
Thing.
Nice.
I'm not into the CW shit, but I would watch.
I would definitely watch that. Batman. Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to mention with the whole going back to the Sonic thing, since we're just bouncing around tonight. So Sonic dies at the end of that thing.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Well, you think he dies.
Okay.
No, you're fine. You think he dies, but what happens is he basically got teleported to like another planet, like across the fucking solar system, and basically the following like 6 or 7 issues of that year was basically him crossing the fucking universe, coming home. It's like some Guardians of the Galaxy bullshit. But what's cool is, and since I have it right over here, I'm going to grab it.
Hit me with it.
This is probably one of my favorite issues of the comic, purely for art reasons, and also because like as a kid, Sonic and Sally was like the first like big kind of fictional romance I followed that wasn't like Han Solo or like with Princess Leia. And
you was shipping, bro.
Yeah, pretty much before it was even a thing. And so I'm just like, he's got to get home to his girl. So he gets home to his girl in this issue.
Oh my gosh.
130. Isn't that not the most beautiful fucking cover you've ever
seen? I
seen?
remember that being released.
And what I love is Stephen Butler, who drew for the comics, who's a friend of mine. He drew Sally primarily. He drew the most of that issue, I believe. And he insisted on doing Sally with this long regal hair because the whole thing is a whole year and a half has passed on Earth, as opposed to Sonic, where it's only been a couple months for him because space and shit.
Yeah.
But he draws her with this beautiful regal hair that's on the cover, and as you can see over there, when I got to commission him recently, which was kind of a life-changing moment for me, getting to commission one of the guys who is the reason I draw. I asked him if he would do that, and he jumped on it. He's like, oh no, I pushed him for that because that's. Not just as time passed, but he's just like, you get to see wind.
Yes. One of the things I love is I forgot how wonderfully he drew Sonic.
Yes.
Sonic there's so much character drawn in this version. It's so fucking beautiful.
Look at that cover tells you the entire story. Yeah. Jay Axter did the cover, or no, Patrick Spaz did the cover though.
Okay.
But Butler's definitely like when inside the issue, he's definitely pulling from it.
And I just love that Sonic look because it's like. It's real in like a way. The lines are just so like they're sharp. They're sharp. They stick out to you and they're real. Like,
can I show you my favorite panel?
Yes.
So another little side tangent with this is I met Steven in person last year.
Okay.
And we've been talking. We've been going back and forth on Facebook for a couple of years, or for probably about a year and a half. But basically, so I brought this issue because as you can see. This is back when you could get subscriptions to comics.
What? That's wild.
Yes, and this is I still kept the original bag tore up, but I kept the backboard with this where it's like from Archie Comics.
Yes.
It's got my name and my address from when I lived in Cumming.
That's amazing.
And this is right around the time when Christmas had just happened, and my mom, as a Christmas present, got me a subscription to Sonic because I was picking them up at Ingles or Publix or wherever the fuck we were.
I remember I used to get mine from Publix.
Hell yeah.
I used to get mine from Publix, yeah.
Well, grocery stores don't do comic books anymore.
No,
it's
no
weird.
one does comic books unless you have a comic book store.
Or
that I know of.
Or it's like Barnes & Noble.
Or Barnes & Noble, yeah.
But,
they don't count. You go there to get that.
Yeah. But what's with this... We didn't know for sure when the thing was going to start because this was back before the internet was so prevalent.
Yeah.
But no, it was like a thing where it's like there was no for sure thing. It's just like it was a mail off to get my subscription. And so it's like, it's like 3 months or whatever, however long it takes to process. So we didn't know, so I was still buying them at Ingles. So I bought this issue, I read it, and then 2 days later, this showed up with my fucking name on it.
Nice.
And what's cool about it is I took this with me to meet Steven because he did most of the artwork for this issue.
Nice.
And I asked him if he would sign it. And what was cool was he took it a step further. He just said, oh man, this is one of my favorite ones to draw. And he just starts flipping through it. And he just starts taking me through the whole production. He's like, we had a different inker here. Like, okay, this is Jay Axter for the first few pages. And then...
God, I love that way he's drawn. It's so cool.
I like how they do his quills. And look at Robotnik.
Yes. Jeez.
But then, I'm sorry, listeners, this is a very visual thing.
Yeah.
But here's when Stephen Butler took over. And what I love is the way, not just that, but you can kind of see that there's like a triangular kind of thing with Sonic's like quills. That's kind of like how they look in the video games, and I thought that was a really cool characteristic. And he kind of makes them a little longer.
They move, they're a lot longer, and they have a character of their own.
So he gets back, everything's changed, all this crazy shit. So and I love seeing like the old ads in this too.
Yeah. Ads in comic books now are like kind of terrible to me, but like I remember
there's a charm to these.
Yeah, it's just like,
So
nostalgia.
We're coming to my favorite lead up right here. I love this. Like it's very wide. It's very movie like.
Yeah.
She turns around and then, Boom.
Aww.
Isn't that awesome?
That's so sweet.
A friend of mine actually owns the original artwork of it.
Really?
Yeah, he bought it from Butler, but yeah, he's the one who actually introduced us. But yeah, it's just like look at how he's drawn there and like his quills and shit. I mean, it's just. And it's the big reunion. I'm a big fan of like I'm the guy who like okay, Game of Thrones for a second. So before the big battle of the night, they have what I think is everybody shits on the season, but I think this episode is like one of the best episodes in the entire series.
Yeah.
It's basically the calm before the battle. I always love it because everybody kind of like hashes out everything. All the unspoken stuff is said. Like we need to say this in case we all die.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. But it's like I like the character development and all the payoffs and all that.
Right.
And so there's this beautiful reunion in this. You get to see Sonic with all this stuff, and then the shit hits the fan. Robotnik's back. He's got an aircraft carrier full of fucking bullshit, and it's like, okay, you're back. No time for reunions. We gotta go start shit. And then that's the end of this.
But issue. I love that panel at the very last one where you have all the characters inside Robotnik.
Yeah,
like that's beautiful. And like Sonic's just in the middle, and there's just like concern and terror in everybody's eyes.
I like the color gradient that goes over it. It's like red on the top and it goes down to blue.
Yes.
It's just see, they do digital colors with comic books now too. This is digital colors, but there's just something about how it was done here versus how it's done now. It's too clean for me.
Yes,
now.
I don't
Except
like
for
that
Conan,
now.
they make it kind of textury.
Really?
Yeah, I really like it.
Nice.
But what was the one thing I wanted to show you in the back? What's cool is they always have the coming attractions where they show you like basically what they had for the next cover. It was never necessarily the actual cover that was there.
I do remember that.
And I thought that was really cool because you'd see that and then the issue would come up and it's like, oh, that's not it.
That's not it. What are you doing?
Then here,
I forgot. Oh my god. I forgot you could sit in your own artwork.
Mine was in it.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Do you have that issue?
I do. Let me go grab it.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to look at... Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Jeez. Did you make this?
No, God, I wish. But,
whose gun is this?
It's Deckard's gun from Blade Runner.
That's what I thought, but I want to make sure. That's fucking awesome.
Okay, that's... Jargon bullshit. Okay. Here we go. So, in this box, I have a couple of things. So, real quick, I got issue number 1 of Marvel Star Wars, the J. Scott Campbell variant. I had to order this from Midtown Comics.
Yeah.
But, so I'm going to keep that and hopefully pay for my kids' college. Then I have some actual artwork that Stephen Butler did for me.
Nice.
The originals, which is cool because he's traditional. It's not all digital. But here we go. So it was Sonic issue number 136. And...
Oh my god. That's awesome.
That was kind of mind-boggling because it was just crazy. Like they had the fan art section. I was just like, I want to send a fan art thing. My mom's like, okay, let's do it. And a couple months after,
and like it's a drawing of Sally. It's a drawing of Sally, and then to look at how he draws Sally now, like you should definitely like if they still do fan art in the comics, you should send one in now. And like add like a little note like, hey, you featured me back in like 2000 so and so. Put this in this motherfucker.
I've improved.
Yeah, like I know Stephen Butler motherfuckers like fucking rep my shit. That's fucking beautiful.
Well, you funny little detail. So, 2 things. One, it's a Stephen Butler panel from 124 that I was copying.
Nice.
And I've shown him this. He thinks it's awesome.
Nice.
But what's funny about it is, so I sent it in. It's a huge. I think my mom's got the original somewhere. It's huge. It's like a pretty big picture. But what's funny about it is I drew it just like I saw it, and she had cleavage.
Hey.
So I drew the cleavage, and they photoshopped it out.
What? That's crazy.
So it's like, okay, so the official artist can do it, but I can't.
But I can't?
It's like, I'm 10 and I understand the concept of boobs. And hey, they weren't too high either. Proportions and shit. But yeah, it's really funny because I actually redrew this panel in high school, like in my senior year, because I just found my old Sonic comics. Like, oh my god. I'm going to redraw this panel.
Yeah, dude, do it again. Do it again, please. I want to see it. I really want to see it. That's awesome.
So, yeah. And it's cool because Sonic's dad's in this issue.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh my gosh.
I think Butler drew some of
this makes me really miss, like, all the Sonic comics.
The new ones are okay.
Old Sonic comics.
Right.
I don't read Sonic anymore.
Well, I
saw one, though, that had Shadow on the cover, and he looked fucking awesome.
I'll draw Shadow for you. Because I can draw like Butler. I say that. I can mimic his style.
Gotcha.
I'm not an art god like he is, and he would be very modest and say that he's not. But he is.
So, do you want to do Joker? It's a quick...
Joker.
Yeah, oh my god, yes. So, I'll do Batman, this one right here.
The last one?
The last one, yeah, the very last one.
So Jeremiah's Batman. I'm going to be Joker.
Last time we met, you tried to throw me off of a building.
Sorry. Hold on a second.
I feel like
that was cool.
Let me do that better. I can do that better. Yeah, I can do that. That was great. Better. I can do that way better. Robin. Last time you met, you tried to throw me off of a building.
Did I? That was so long ago.
That was last month. I feel like I can do a lot better. I can do a lot better.
I don't know. You got the depth.
That's not my best Kevin Conroy. I can do so much better.
Here we go. Joker. After Batman fights back against his enemies.
Hey, do I hit your kids? Oh, actually, I do.
God, I'm gonna go back and watch that too.
There's apparently a bit. I saw it as a meme from Hush.
Okay.
Or the animated film, which I've heard is not very good.
Yeah. But I might try and find it.
I still want to watch it. I still want to watch it. But what was funny about it is Batman's at Arkham and he's fighting Sandman.
Okay.
And Joker's in his cell just looking, and he's like, "You're seeing another villain already." and Batman doesn't say anything, and then Sandman tells him to shut up. He's just like, "You're not going to defend me? Oh, that's so you."
Oh God, that right there. That's so you. Ha! Oh God, now I want to read Joker. Shit, damn.
I can't even try to do Batman. No. Give me a voice modulator. I got it.
Okay.
No, yeah. So we're talking about doing customs.
Yes.
I want to go through and redo this because I painted it like this in college. So a little bit of trivia, personal trivia. I attempted to do an adaptation of one of my favorite Sin City books.
Okay.
It's one of the ones that's in the actual movie, but I wanted to do my own take with it. And so Marv, the character that Dylan Lukich was playing, he has this gun that he named Lucille. I think it's either a 45 or a 9mm or something like that. But basically, I'm like, well, that's that gun. I'm gonna have the gun, so that's where I got the Blade Runner blaster for, so that he would have Deckard's gun, and that's his gun. What's funny about it is Robert Rodriguez did a camera test to see if they could really pull off the Sin City look. In the camera test, they used this gun.
Nice.
I didn't know that when I got this, so that was really meta.
Well, I was looking at the resin, and you should do like a gun where you do resin, but also like do a homage to Jurassic Park and put a little mosquito in there too.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, then add everything. So like you could add that. You could add like something from Han Solo's gun, and then you could name it like the Cutlass, or add something from like just add all of your favorite characters from different things into like one gun.
Ready Player One bullshit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like that would be like as a custom. That would be amazing.
Yeah, because you can get these kits actually. What's cool is this I believe was cast from one of the stunt pistols from the movie. I mean, I'm not saying like this was directly done it, but it's like definitely like at some point it originated from the original gun.
Nice.
But what I really want to do is, and God knows I don't have the money for it. There's I think it's a Japanese company that makes a like perfect replica. Like the things light up on the side here, and it's like it functions. It's basically the best you're gonna get in terms of replica.
Okay.
I don't have the money for that. Where shall we go next? I mean, thank you for letting me take that Sonic stroll.
No, that was fun. Like, it really makes me want to go back and like look at some of the old Sonic comics.
It's really
and,
neat now.
Read them and find them.
Back.
Yeah.
What I do now is because this is something the comic shop I went to in college kind of taught me is like, start really looking at who's writing it, who's drawing it, who's coloring it, all that shit. And then, so it's like I wasn't doing that when I was reading the comics, although I recognized the artwork that I like, or the artists that I like. But I went back and started looking at these people, and it was just like, ooh. And I meant to tell you about this last week. So I actually think I was on the verge of showing you this, but we got distracted. So I've got this like little binder that's got some commissions from some of the Sonic artists.
Gotcha.
The official artists. This is actually from Stephen Butler's daughter, which is really cool. She's an artist too. But this is the one I just got. Dawn Best, who drew the comics. She was actually, this cool story with her. She, if I'm getting this right, was a fan who was submitting fan art, and they hired her because the fan art was so good.
That's awesome.
And she was the youngest artist at the time there, and it's really cool. But yeah, she did this for me, and then I colored it and sent it back, and she loved it.
That's dope.
It's just really cool because I commissioned her. I commissioned obviously Butler, and then I commissioned Jay Axer, who did some of the issue you're looking at. And then Tracy Yardley, who is the most prominent one doing the new stuff and the pre-IDW stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Adam Bryce Thomas did these.
Nice.
I met him at JekyllCon, actually.
Nice.
Actually, both of these I got at JekyllCon.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really cool because Adam Bryce Thomas, I believe, is in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy Yardley lives in Savannah.
We were talking about that.
Yeah. And it's just like, who would have thought that all these people, not just would they be like not in like New York or California or something like that,
but they're like right in my next door.
And they're Southern guys.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about Don Best, but it's just like they're Southern guys. It's just really cool to me.
So I found some Heath Joker lines that I want to read as Mark Hamill.
Well, fire away.
Smile because it confuses people. Smile because it's easier than explaining what is killing you inside. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Nobody panics when things go according to plan, even if the plan is horrifying. Do I really look like a guy with a plan? You know what I am? I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it, you know? I just do things.
It's chill. I used to do a lot of voice stuff. I really need to get back into it.
I think
really
we both need to, because I've always I've just fucked around by doing voices. I'm about to creep everybody out by doing one of my favorites.
Okay.
You got any popsicles? You like them? Why don't you come on down to the cellar? Got a whole freezer full of popsicles. Mm-hmm.
I love the whistle is so well done.
I've been working on that since 7th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so well.
It's kind of sad, but it's the truth. Because that's when we moved from coming to Brunswick, and that was kind of how I made friends. I was the guy who did Family Guy impressions.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's what's up.
But that was the one I worked on the most because that was the character who just
you know it as soon as you hear it.
Yeah.
Actually, I was doing VR chat with a few of my friends the other night. I'm just on computer, but they can do their whole thing, and you can choose characters, or you can find character avatars. And I found Herbert, and you can talk to other people. And I just held down the button, and I just started doing Herbert's voice, and I creeped the fuck out of some people.
Nice.
Well, hey, that's what you gotta do.
What are those VR games called? Whenever it's the community ones where you can
The one I did was VR chat. It's
VR
on
chat.
Steam. I don't know if it's on PlayStation.
I definitely not. I don't think they have any VR chats on PlayStation. I wish.
Yeah.
People would be doing wild shit.
Oh, they do wild shit.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna come up one day and I just want to watch.
Yeah.
I just want to watch.
Well, bring your laptop and we can put it on your laptop and you can join us.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a game that's coming out. Luke actually sent that to me. It's this first-person shooter. You're a toy soldier inside a store. And it's you do wave of enemies and shit like that. It's in early access. It's on Steam.
Did you ever play a game called Army Men Sarge's Heroes?
I've seen it. I think I've played it on somebody else's game system, and I loved it. But I never got to actually play it.
I played it at a friend's house when he had I think PlayStation. Mm-hmm. And then I rented it from Blockbuster a couple times for N64, and I was terrible at it, but I enjoyed it. Oh wow! And that's like a Nerf gun. This is how kids are going to remember Toys R Us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It reminds me of the Toy Story 2 video game, but just modern day. It looks so lit, dude. If they redid that entire game, just kept it the same, levels exactly the same, just in modern graphics,
like what they did with Spyro and Crash. And
oh my gosh, I would be so happy. That's such a good game. That's a movie tie-in game that's phenomenal. So good.
You ever play the King Kong game?
No. Mm-mm.
It's great.
Really? The one for Peter Jackson?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's one of my favorite movies.
I think I played the demo when it was in Walmart, because remember when you could actually play demos in Walmart?
Remember when you could play demos in general?
Yeah. Jesus.
Now it's just you just drop $60.
And then pay me another $40 for all your DLC.
Because fuck the game market now. Unless it's indies developers, they're better. Although Conan's kind of shitting on us right now.
Conan's a piece of shit. It's fun. We've been playing a crap ton out of Conan, and we couldn't get the freaking bat portal bullshit to work.
Tomorrow I'm gonna tweet and just be like, yo, is this
your shit's fucked?
I did look up some stuff after we stopped playing last night, and it basically said that there has been an issue there in the past.
Okay.
So that means if it's an issue in the past, that means
they should have fixed it by now.
They should have fixed it, or they know how to fix it if it goes out again. Nice. But what was it? Speaking of video games, you know what you've been listening to all your music. Mm-hmm. It's actually since I watched that Corridor Crew video. Okay. I've had fucking Super Mario music stuck in my head all week.
Ooh, then I actually have a... Do you like lo-fi hip-hop?
Yeah.
Alright, I have a lo-fi song to send to you.
Fuck yeah.
It's super dope.
What was it? The funny thing is, it's like there's a couple... It's like from Mario 2 and Mario World. But the one that keeps coming back in vividly, like I hear it in my fucking head as I speak right now, is shit from Super Mario 64. Did you ever play that?
I played it, but not entirely. Like I never had an N64.
Oh, really?
So like I always played it. We had, what do we have? We didn't have we had a Sega Genesis up until like 2005.
Wow,
that was like
really?
our only game system. Then we got the PlayStation 1 in 2005, and then I think in 2007 or 8 I got a PlayStation 2, and then when I started working I bought a PlayStation 3, and then we had a GameCube at some point. My brother went back and bought a Dreamcast, and that's sitting in the closet back at home. And then I had like the PSP, PS Vita, Xbox 360, and then the Xbox One.
I never had a Vita.
Vitas are so good. They're far better.
I saw the Uncharted game on it. It looked awesome.
The Vita is so much better than the PSP. The PSP was a wonderful work of machinery, but the Vita is hands down awesome.
I feel like
I'm playing Toy Story 2 right now on the Vita.
No way.
Yeah,
How'd you get it?
You can actually go through and get some old PS1 games on the Vita.
That's really
and that's
cool.
one of them. Yeah.
There's I had a PSP actually. Ashley got it for me for
nice.
For
I actually
birthday,
hacked mine.
Years ago. Really?
So on mine that I still have that I can still turn on. I hacked it and I put an N64 emulator on. I have Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Genesis. What else do I have? PlayStation 1 was an emulator I could have gotten, but I had to like do some crazy stuff. Yeah.
If I can find mine, I want you to show
dope.
me how to do that because I've been wanting so fucking badly to play Super Nintendo games, some like the classic Nintendo games, and just like honestly mainly just Super Nintendo because that's the first game system I ever played. But it's like I want an emulator because I do it on my computer, but it's like it's not the same. I totally missed the bandwagon when they re-released it, and now you can't get one for less than $180.
Really? Wow.
And I'm just kind of like, if I can
for
just
what, a PlayStation, a PSP?
Or, no, for a Super Nintendo
Handheld?
Ultra or whatever.
Okay.
The fucking one that they put out, the throwback
Oh,
console.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't get them for... They were $75, now they're $180.
Okay.
And, yeah, I just love to have a way to play it, and especially if on a PSP, because it feels like you're playing with an old school controller.
Absolutely. You know? No, so the only problem with emulators now, it's really hard to get Nintendo 64 games because you can't find them on... Like, can't find the ROMs online anymore. I think
right, because Nintendo started cracking down on them. I've got it.
They did. All right, good. Because I can give you what I have on my PSP. PSP was such a good system. Jesus.
I hate that it came on so late because I had the Kingdom Hearts game that they had on it. I had the top, the top playing, fucking Killzone game. That was interesting.
Okay.
I didn't have many games with it just because it was
the Prince of Persia games. I played all of those on PSP. Oh my gosh, the second one where the first one that was rated M is so lit, and the third one where you have the Dark Prince and the regular Prince, that one's pretty cool too. Like I actually did some photo editing to make myself look like the Dark Prince because he has those like glowing lines through him. Yeah, and it's pretty cool.
That's really cool because it's like, especially that was like an M-rated game, and then Disney came on.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hey, this is great."
We can make a theme.
I wish the movie was better because I think the concept is cool.
Yeah.
Especially after playing the games, but it's not. I don't think it's terrible. It's just forgettable.
It's trying to be like that Pirates of the Caribbean style kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, I can't think of. I'd say the only video game movie that's really worked for me was Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's like a solid movie, and it's like heartfelt and like it
is. It hits all the really really good points. I will defend Assassin's Creed. I will defend that shit.
I need to see it.
I have it on Blu-ray. I'll bring it next time I come over here. I actually have to give you this game back.
He's rummaging through his bag. I got another bag for you.
Oh shit!
No, I did not. I had Luke has it at home too.
Oh, okay.
And so I'd rather like someone I live with. I'd rather borrow his thing because like I can just be like make sure I don't forget it and shit.
Right. Well, I'll give you a Lost Legacy when you do.
Okay, super cool. Dope.
I'm sorry, I'm beat.
No, I'm tired. I'm about to go dancing until like maybe 1.
You have the endurance of somebody I can't even fathom it. It's just
Then I go to work again at 9 a.m. And then right after work I'm going to a party thing that's from like 6 to 10.
When the fuck do you sleep?
Do I sleep? That's the real question.
You don't sleep, you wait.
I wait. If I could like sleep like in Minecraft, I would do that. You know, like when you get into a bed and it sleeps and it's already the next day, I would do that. and it, like, replenishes everything. But life doesn't like me like that.
Conan doesn't do that.
Conan fucking hates your ass. It's like, you can't sleep, bitch. You can get in the bed, but, like, you have to turn your fucking console off. Like, you can't sleep. Fuck you. I'm like, bitch, come on. That's stupid. Even in your own server. Like, in Minecraft, everyone had to be in the same bed, or be in a bed at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Minecraft.
I only played it briefly when I was
no. So, like, if you're on a server with people, everyone had to be in the bed at the same time, or else it wouldn't skip time. You could sit in the bed, but it wouldn't do anything.
But let me ask you this: could people like get on and off the game?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was your server, you had to have an invite to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But then there was also I played it on Xbox. I didn't really play it on like PC, because when I did get on PC, I buried it, and then I never played online. But on console, you would have to actually invite somebody into your server. I miss Minecraft. Like early Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's expansive as fuck now. I was talking to a friend, he and his sister played it recently, and she's been playing it for forever because she's younger than him, and he was like, dude, it's crazy. It's super intense. Like, survival mode is crazy. Like, it's hell. And the way he was describing it, I was like, dude, that sounds just like Conan, except not as bullshit.
Not as much bullshit, no boobs.
And no boobs. No boobs at all.
That was I will say, like, our recent playthrough going through it has been 1,000 times more fun than I've played, and I've had the game for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just because we're just saying fucking going for things. Now, obviously, we're having issues, but it's like, we kind of just went and did our own thing instead of like, we have to sit here and build a civilization.
Yeah.
We need to figure out how to get
into the city. Well, let's do that next time we get on. Let's just go straight to the city.
Do we have... I thought we had to have the bad thing.
You don't have to.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't have to. You can still go to the city. We can talk to Conan. My purple stuff, my corruption is coming up, so I need to go watch Stripper, because that takes that away.
Don't you love how things just pay out?
And it's just like, let's go beat somebody over the head, bring them back to our camp, and then enslave them, and then I'll be good for the rest of my game life. Woo! A+, until somebody else comes over and takes my shit and kills my thralls. Slaves, thralls. And I'm like, it's just wild, bro.
I just like that your eyes did that thing.
No, that means I'm getting tired, because I did that, like, unintentionally.
Oh, no.
Because I can always, wait, am I doing it now? I can do this.
What does it look like when you do that?
It just looks like, I think I'm looking, my eyes, to me, it looks like I'm doing this, looking this way.
Really?
So whenever I realize people are like, no, your eyes are going that way, to me it looks like I'm doing this. Yeah. And then when I do this, I'm looking like this way, both eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like things just get blurry and there's two of everything, but when I do this, I think I'm looking like this, but it's like, nope.
It's like a Futurama character. Like, I've got a little blind box figure of Zoidberg, and his eyes are going in different directions. It's really funny. But there was when you do it though, it reminds me of Rick and Morty.
No, that's literally was thinking about. Like, as I was doing it, I was like, if I could do like that lip thing where where they it's so weird. It's stupid, but I love it. It's just like
the droopy mouth.
Yeah, like droopy mouth. It's like.
Well, I'm just picturing when specifically the second time where Rick is like. He's standing over Morty in the garage. He's just he's just going on and on and on. He's like, it's like 99 seasons, Morty, 99 more years. And it's just like, and the light keeps flickering and it's really creepy and he's slinging spit everywhere and his eyes keep looking at Morty and then they keep going to the side. It's so fucking weird.
I forgot that's the first episode. I love that because it's like, this is so great. 99, we're just keep going. It's never
Ricky Morty forever and ever.com /forever.
I can't wait for the new season. I just bought a 18-inch Pickle Rick plush toy for my girlfriend. Because she loves Rick and Morty.
I bought that. The pickle, Rick.
I'm going to give her the pickle.
So, I'm going to make you a promise next time.
Yes.
I'm going to finish The Boys.
Yes.
Let's do the Black Lagoon episodes. And what's the anime you want to watch?
Oh, let's not watch until we finish Black Lagoon. But
okay, yeah.
It is called the Ouran High School Host Club. AURAN HIG High School. How do you spell high school?
It's
but it's Ouran, yeah. It's OURAN. It's on Netflix. Right. It's phenomenal. My little brother got me onto it. He told me about it, and I watched an episode, and I was like, nigga, you gay? Because, that's what it, you watching, what the fuck? And then he was like, no, it's really good, you gotta watch it. And then my sister, he's like, Samantha actually is the one that put me onto it. And I was like, all right, cool, now I get why you're watching it, what the fuck? And I keep watching it, and then you get with the characters, you're like, fuck, man. Damn, nigga, I'm gay.
You just turned into Donald Glover for 5 seconds. You've seen his stand-up, right?
Yes.
That's what it was like. It's like, shit!
It's so good. Well, I was actually going on this Reddit earlier today.
He has a Reddit?
I mean, people started Reddit. Yeah.
Yeah, so this has been a scatterbrained
A
episode.
scatterbrained,
But, you know,
yeah.
fuck it,
You're listening to us after we cut out like maybe 5 minutes of me talking bullshit. But it's some real shit because I'm tired. But it's funny, it's good.
But, hey,
You don't ever get to listen to it.
This has been Common Sense, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
As Kevin Smith says, have a week! The following audio presentation is property of Lake House Creative, LLC. Any reference to copyrighted works is for review and commentary purposes only.